What everybody, welcome to On Point, the number one Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on any smart device at David G. Evans, the number one, at David G. Evans 1. We're so glad you've taken the time to join us today as we have another stimulating conversation, one that will make a difference in your life concerning faith, of course, because we're a kingdom-based talk show. The Lord Jesus, of course, politics, sports, culture, the Bible, anything locally, regionally, nationally, internationally that would impact our lives, that we need a biblical perspective. As we always say, we want to be similar to the sons of Issachar who understood the times, but we don't stop there because the Bible tells us exactly how to react, knew what to do. So we'd love for you to give us a call today, toll free 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. That's 866-74-EVANS, toll free from anywhere in the world. Give us a call. We love talking to you this morning here on Point. My co-host, Reverend Nicholas A. Smith, is with us today. Hey, man.
Good morning. How you doing?
How you doing?
Okay.
Great meeting last night.
It was really good.
Good turnout. The worship was wonderful.
Yeah.
Now today we're really looking forward to our classes, our seminars. We're looking forward to that.
Okay.
A lot of pastors. I understand the deacons track this weekend is huge.
Good. Good.
37 folk.
Good. Nice.
We've got deacons from all around the area coming for the instruction this morning. We've got a couple visiting pastors with us today.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that, and just going to have a good time today with the pastors and the first ladies in my class. And you've got who today?
Youth.
Youth, okay. I'm sure Pastor Tyrus has the CFAM group.
Yeah, the music and
justice music, and then Reverend Roy has the deacons.
Yep.
He was
going like that. He's ready.
Hey, they're getting kind of popular. They're going to do something in Philly at Greater Exodus next month.
Nice.
Yeah.
The deacons are?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Going to do a training over there.
That training process he got.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's revolutionary.
It is.
And it's insight. And what I like about it is that he's been deacon for years, not just in our church, but another church, a church where I met him actually, and he has not stayed locked into an era of perspective on the job.
Yep.
And what he's done with ours, and what I know he's going to do today, with just a little bit of time, I think it's going to be purpose is going to turn into progress.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, rather than just
the
traditional.
No,
sit there.
yeah, man.
Nah, man.
That's another job.
Yeah.
So, a lot going on this week. Of course, last week South Carolina wins. The women's, UConn wins the men. How long do you think it'll be before? Let's start here. I'm a little concerned that some of the present WNBA athletes have such venom for who I'm calling at this time, this is just me, as it relates to a business model, as it relates to an impact, as it relates to income, advertising, all that attention that they've wanted for years. Caitlin Clark is the new Tiger Woods of women's basketball. All of them are going to get paid more. All of them are going to be seen more. It's going to happen. You got to have enough sense to see, okay, what we couldn't do alone, this young lady's going to give us a chance to do. Why don't we just get with her than doing the Tarasi thing and a couple others where they just can't say nothing nice about the girl?
Now, I didn't hear what
I saw it,
but I saw what some other people said. They were celebrating, the ones that I saw. They were celebrating her, and were like, well, let's see if you can do it in the big time.
Well,
and I'm okay with that statement.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
But you cannot deny the attention on women's basketball is incredible.
Yeah.
And they've signed on to the WNBA along with Angel Reese and a couple others.
Yeah.
That's going to raise the profile.
Yeah. It is.
And the audience in college is going to follow them to the WNBA game.
Yeah.
But they're also going to look for the quality of the game to change. I don't think pros ought to miss layups.
Yeah. From what I understand, I haven't really watched it. From people talk about it, the games have gotten a little more better. The women are a little more athletic within the last couple of years.
Okay.
Last couple of years.
But they're not like the ladies are now.
Yeah.
The college ladies are bringing a
that's
whole
what I'm saying.
other thing.
That's the ones from last year are bringing the whole thing.
Yeah.
It almost feels like the vibe of when Dawn Staley, Lisa Leslie, all of them were in when it first started. I didn't know that the Houston Comets is no longer around anymore.
No.
Here's my thing. This is my thing. Correct. We'll segue back to
and
it.
the NBA has to give them $10 million a year just to keep them afloat.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's my thing.
Can't pay your own bills. Don't tell me you should be getting equal pay. But we won't talk about that. Let's keep
I
going.
understand.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm actually leading to.
Okay.
Is
Just being practical.
if women complain about equal pay,
Right.
and you talk about how the WNBA women need to play more, why aren't those stadiums full of women supporting those games to justify?
Please say it.
And I'm not saying because
Please.
majority of people that watch sports,
The
is
ladies
not
are
sexist,
not
it's
supporting
guys.
their own game. Except in college.
Yeah, y'all should be packing those games out.
That's right. Nope. It hasn't been happening.
To
But what's going to happen now? See, the reverse has happened now. It used to be you build a big stadium, you build it, they'll come.
yeah,
Now, and this is why this particular era that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are ushering in right now is different. They've got huge viewerships, huge internet followings. That now sends people.
yes,
So you used to, back in the day, you built a building, they will come. Now you build a following and they will come.
yep, exactly.
Okay.
It's the same as you hear black people all say, I don't want to see another slave movie. Why y'all keep making these slave movies? But when somebody comes out with a serious movie that has nothing to do with slavery, y'all don't go.
Don't go.
You're complaining about this, but don't support it at the same time.
That's why these ridiculously stupid, idiotic reality programs, I said it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't like
You
them
know,
either.
the viewership for ethnics is way up.
Yep.
But something that's going to help us, never make it.
Don't want to do it anymore.
The more foolishness we show, the better the ratings for our group.
Yep. BET used to have the news shows and all, but they cut them because people weren't watching
They weren't
them.
watching them.
But then you complain about when it all turns ratchet.
But you're watching the
But you're watching the ratchet. It's like you
Come on, man.
it goes back to your own has to support your own if
That's
you
right.
really want this
If
thing
you want it to work.
To work.
But Fox News has figured this thing out.
Yeah.
We'll put the black programs on. We'll get the money because we're the people going to watch them. We're going to support with our texting and our emailing and our video watching and all that. And we'll create things that blacks will herd to, make us rich again, and then we'll just drop all that and move to the next thing.
Absolutely.
And they've done it over and over again.
All the time. All the time.
So now Tubi is the thing they're working on now.
Yeah.
And
They're going to do the same thing.
they're diving in.
Yeah. Fox in the 90s, they had Martin.
Yep. All those
Big
popular.
Single.
Yep.
And those were good shows. They weren't like ratchet shows. They were good comedy shows. They built them up, the organization up, then they wiped them out
That's
and
right.
replaced them with
Something else.
something else. But we have to be the ones to
Unbelievable.
support and
Now, I'm not the biggest Roland Martin fan.
yeah.
And I'm saying that because, and I'm tempering my remark
Okay.
because my exposure to Roland was in a limited time space.
Okay.
And what was exhibited to me in the limited time space was not favorable.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm mature enough to know he could have been having a bad day.
Yeah.
It could have been the real him. It could have been a variety of things.
Sure.
Maybe he didn't feel like doing the event that he agreed to do. Whatever the case was.
Right.
So I'm mature enough to say, okay, my initial exposure to Roland was not, I think, positive.
Okay.
All right. Getting that out the way.
Yeah.
My initial exposure to Cosby, totally different personality, You know, of course we didn't know anything about what was going on or what they say was going on.
Yeah.
But my initial exposure to him in those short minutes was a totally different thing. He was there. He was open. It was a totally different vibe.
Yeah.
Might be two different personalities.
Yeah.
You know, one might be a butthole and the other one's not. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, but I'm mature enough to know that context should not shape my entire perception.
Right. Absolutely.
Roland complains a lot about the lack of support of things that are edifying or upbuilding versus things that have no real cultural value other than it's negative, perpetuating stereotypes. And he complains about that.
Yeah.
And I think he's right.
He's absolutely right. And because I think he brought it up, and a couple other people brought it up, how much advertising money is owed to these black channels, these black shows that the companies, organizations are giving out because of, they're a black show. Now, I give it to him. He started his own network.
Yep.
He's got his own thing.
Yeah.
He's being about it. And I didn't know, again, I don't know TV, but I heard Steve Harvey talk about it this week, that a black show and a white show can have the same amount of ratings. The white show will pay their actors more because their advertising budget's more. I didn't know they had, you've noticed, they had a cultural, a budget for the cultural shows.
Absolutely.
That's what they call them, i.e. the black shows.
Of course.
Which are much smaller than,
Absolutely.
even though the black show could have more ratings than.
Which is why the actors don't get paid as much.
Yeah.
Which is why you don't get the concentration of positive advertisement. Which is why you only get. I could be totally off by this. I'm ready to be corrected by anybody. Why do we dance even in a computer commercial? Why, if we're talking about life insurance, are we jumping around the park? I mean, I'm just saying.
I know. To me, it's the unfair balance. I won't say unfair. Let me take that back. It's the balance of they'll only do it this way. A McDonald's commercial, full of singing, full of dancing, but they won't give you the other side. There's no dancing commercial, one serious commercial. It's just only.
And part of the problem is our problem now. Most times you see a real estate commercial, black person's buying a house, you got balloons popping, movies going, and you got a party in the backyard. Because a lot of us do buy property to have picnic.
Sure.
But
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. But not all of us.
It's not the only way.
Yeah, you booty bumping out on the front porch because you got to. Come on now.
It's not the.
But cultural difference.
Cultural difference, yeah.
In the way advertising, and also we respond to that cultural predisposition stereotype. We respond to that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't like it.
But they know us.
Yeah, well,
and they know what works.
Because we projected that superficial nonsense is the way to get us to like it. Not necessarily buy it, but the attention.
Yeah.
But I learned a long time ago, those advertising budgets are very, very different.
Yes. Yep.
Majority, minority market. This is what we do over. They got some movies don't get as much promo money because they don't have. This is the industry term. Don't have enough milk in them.
Yeah.
Milk is the code word.
Yeah. Well, that's why the overseas budget. Because they know if you put a black face on the advertising for overseas,
it ain't selling.
They're not going to sell over there.
It ain't selling. Not going to happen. And that's a cultural thing. Anyway.
But I agree with you. Yeah. If you're going to complain about it, go support it. I
fully understand. But we see it can be done. Because at the college level, I don't except when the NCAA is moving teams around the country during March Madness. When you generally watch a college game, football, basketball, whatever venue it is, packed to the roof.
Yeah.
To the roof. And college tickets, they say, are going for like.
Oh, they're getting higher now.
Deion's team is like $500.
Yeah, him just going there.
And they're packed.
Sold out. Just him, the day he went there. No game.
Can you $500 in my generation when we were in college would have caused us to have a sit-in.
Right.
You know, that's what we did back in the day.
Yeah.
Go to the administration building, sit in the hallways, you know, gonna be heard.
Yeah.
You know, Gil Scott-Heron, he'd be singing something outside, and you know, just the whole thing. Brian playing and all that kind of stuff. So these are guys we went to school with. So, and that's what we would do. $500 for a ticket in college.
Well, the students' tickets are cheaper.
But how much cheaper?
I don't know how much cheaper, but they usually give them like a certain thing.
It ain't $10 like we used to do.
Not $10.
Okay,
no,
okay.
Heck no. Oh no,
Right.
ain't no $10.
Ain't $10.
No.
No. $15 was high.
That ain't happening.
You know, $20 you on the field.
The base is like 100 something. Working your way up.
That's high.
Yeah.
What college kid? Where do you come from that you got $100 when you have to make the decision between food and going to the game? What college kid has that kind of money?
There's ways they work it out. Put it that way. Either through they get a higher loan.
And you take the money that you got from the loan?
Yeah, like you know you
or get the not lifestyle stuff. You get the daily need part of the budget.
Yeah, that part, or your parents give it to you, or
you're using food money for a ticket.
Yeah, or you're working.
Okay.
Yeah, there are ways like you only need.
Like I worked my way through school.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's and then remember this generation coming up has a little more access to things.
Unbelievable.
Compared to previous generations.
Can you imagine when you were in school back in the day, like 30, 40 years ago, when you were in college?
No, it's been about 20 years, yeah.
Has it been 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, can you imagine a $100 football ticket?
Yeah, at college? Oh, heck no, I wasn't.
Nah.
No, I wasn't.
If I had written my mother and said, I'm spending $100 this money you gave me to go to a football game, she probably would have emptied out my account.
Right. But like you, I did work too.
So did I.
I worked a couple things.
But I wasn't spending that kind of money.
No, I wasn't spending the money, but I was making some money.
No, it wasn't like I was Rockefeller back then.
I wasn't.
No.
But for a college student, I was doing okay.
Yeah, okay. I believe that.
I was doing okay.
You know, you
I started working here at a certain age.
Yeah, you know.
My other job, we was working OT like crazy.
Yeah, you was doing. Yeah, that wasn't normal.
That's another thing I don't understand.
What?
You got jobs offering you overtime.
And they won't work.
And you complaining about money?
Duh.
They be like, you won't work this day? Yes.
Duh.
Yes.
I can recall my mom having to bring me lunch and a change of clothes because I didn't come out the building for a couple of days. It was either money or go hang out with the boys.
Right.
So I hang out with y'all later.
Right. Get this paper, man.
That's why I was the only one that had a car. You take my little girlfriend to McDonald's, that kind of thing, But man, she had to come bring me clothes and food, man. You coming? No, man, they gonna give me another shift.
Yeah, right.
And I'm coming.
Right.
I'm coming. Man.
I'm sorry, we did.
All right, we digress.
Right.
866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America. We're going to Scott from Vineland, New Jersey. Then we're going to Kevin from Cedarville. Good morning, Scott.
Bishop Evans, Pastor Nick, how you guys doing today?
All right, man. How you and Nolly doing?
Doing good. I'm working a little bit of overtime. I was telling Chris.
There you go.
Next week's her birthday.
That's my guy. Yep. Get that overtime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, Pop Shelton taught me well. It's Naya's birthday next week, so I'm gonna take her to the outlets and let her do a little shopping until she drops.
Go ahead, baller. I hear you, baller. Go ahead.
Pastor Nick, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Good. A little Sixers talk. What do you think the sky's the limit for the Sixers now? Because after that was a big win last night with a game Orlando Magic team.
What was it good?
We were here last night. We were here for a while.
Yeah, we was working.
It was good. The Magic the Sixers went up with a little lead, and Magic came back as we expected them to do. They got a bunch of young guys, but they're gritty, and Sixers held off. Everybody held their breath, even everybody watching the TV. And Embiid kind of like came down, and his foot kind of like twisted. I literally stopped breathing. I'm like, oh God. I literally
was he all right?
Yes, he came up to the locker room like Willis Reed way back in the day. I'm showing my age when he did something to his leg, and Willis Reed came back out that tunnel, and B did that, and you thought Elvis was reincarnated. But it was a heck of a game, fellas, and he just makes everybody better. We all three of us have talked about that. Buddy Hill, even old behind Kyle Lowry, he makes him look good, and him and Maxie are just one of the best duo.
I hear this Maxie guy is some kind of ball player.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yes. Came from Kentucky. We all know Coach Calipari. Well, he molds with those guys. He's just a ball of energy. I like the respect. They interviewed him. They said, how do you feel about the Iverson statue? He said, I'm glad, great player, great. He said, he's pushed me from day one.
Okay. And
what more can you be pushed by than AI? They compare those two because of their quickness, but
okay. Is he quick like that? Is he quick like that?
Yeah, yes. Maxie is that first step pass to Nick. You know about his first step.
AI's first step was.
You mean he's kind of like AI?
AI's first step was.
Yeah, because he was blinding.
It was
yeah.
Most of the time you caught up with him on the second step. That's when my eyes would catch up with AI on the second step.
Maxie's he's just an incredible guy. He's only 22 and he's only going to get better.
I heard I saw something yesterday that there's a very popular ball player who said if they don't give him the contract he wants, he's coming to Philly.
Oh no.
Basketball or football?
Basketball. Big name. Big name.
That got past me, Bishop.
No, I saw it.
Who it is, Pastor Nick?
I saw it yesterday, and he's very. As soon as the name is mentioned, you'll know it because he's not a new guy, but he's still very, very good. But he said if they don't give him the contract he wants, he's coming to Philly. That's exactly what he said.
Oh no. I gotta look up
it got past me, Bishop.
Yeah,
you got me wondering now.
Yeah, I saw it. And as soon as the name is mentioned, I'll know that's the guy. But he's been around a while. He's a very good ball player.
Is it Kyle Lowry?
No, not Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, Sixers have him.
African American guy. Really good ball player. I'm sorry, he's escaping me right now. So,
that's okay. They got past me. I'm mad because I don't know it. I was supposed to be his nine, and everybody called the sports guru. But I kid. I'm gonna have to listen out for that.
All right, man.
Listen out for
Good talking to you,
guys. See you soon.
All right, now.
Got my word.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
866-743-8267. We're going to Kevin from Cedarville, and then we're going to Tom from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hi, Kevin. How are you this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
What's going on this morning? What's your comment?
I am going to try to summarize my elation and my excitement in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. I am grateful for the teaching of the Holy Ghost, the Father, and the Son, how He broke it down.
Okay.
And I just want to share with the both of you that what you teach is really helping families, and I am grateful for that.
Good thing.
And I had a conversation with my son.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I remember when we were children. I'm one of 3 girls and a brother.
Mm-hmm.
My parents had bank accounts for us. In hard times, they had to spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
I raised my children. I had accounts for them. Hard times, I spent their money.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave my son a challenge. I said, I have a desire to build wealth for my grandson, who's 5 months old. You guys know I have a new grandson.
Yeah.
And I said, do you have anything we can build a bank with? They didn't. So I while I was there in Ohio, I took a can, an old formula can, poked a hole in it, and took baby wrapping paper and put paper around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm going to ask my children, ask the girlfriend's parents to go on board with me with this. I'm so excited I could cry because I love what you guys teach about wealth. And so I said, every time we show up, even when we think about it, we're going to save it before we get there. Every time we visit him, we're going to put that money in the can because we need to build wealth for this baby.
Sure.
He needs to know that he doesn't have to worry about wanting or needing anything. We can start now. I want to be a part. I want to walk the scripture. I don't want to talk about the scripture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so my son, I'm so excited. He said, and he went a little further. He said, Mom, I'm going to put the can at the door. So when you guys come in, we can put that money in it.
Okay.
And so Deuteronomy 8:18, it
Yep.
starts out by saying, but thou shalt remember the Lord thy God. That's the first thing. We got to remember him.
Yeah.
And he said, it is he that giveth power to get wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so excited about, because see, what you guys teach, it doesn't just stop with me. It's healing families.
Sure.
And recently, Bishop and Pastor Nick, I have been the recipient of, he will open up the windows of heaven. Every time I turn around, somebody's giving me and doing something for me.
Mm-hmm.
The recent challenge for me, though, has been, every time I hear you say, I'm going to start at 100. I know some people, y'all going to help me at 100. I'm like, So I challenged myself. I gave $100.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever's listening to me, I want you to hear. Like pastors, like you guys say, I'm not trying to exalt myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I want everybody to know that this thing is real.
Oh, yeah.
I gave $100, and it's coming back to me already.
Wow.
And so we can name it. It's so real. So, I mean, I get stuff done on my car, and I don't have to pay. I'm talking about real stuff.
Blessings in a
So
variety of ways.
I'm sorry. What was that, Bishop?
I said blessings in a variety of ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just thank the both of you that, again, it's so important that we know it is not a singular thing. It's not just going to bless us. It is going to bless our children and our children's children. And so I can't wait to get to that door and just put that money in that can for this baby.
Well, we know wealth is generational, but it has to start with us.
Yep.
You know, we may be the doorway. We may be the starting point for future generations to have a different kind of life. Some struggles, but not the exact same kind of struggles we had. I think anybody that wants their children to go through the very same, like I wouldn't want my kids to have to live in the projects like I did and have government food. But I do have to make sure they understand that this stuff is not growing on trees, and you got to work hard to get it, and you have to take care of it once you have it. You know, it's not some open spigot. And it's the same thing with God. There's a responsibility that the Scripture demands a response. The entire Bible demands a response. And because of that, that's the work part of what we have to do. And it takes faith to do it. And that faith positions you to actually experience what the Word of God has promised you. And a lot of people don't believe that today, and it's unfortunate. But our change of mind does not change God.
Yes.
If I lose faith, it doesn't mean God is not faithful.
That's right.
All right. So anyway, Kev, you sound good. You gonna run this week? You gonna run this week?
Look, Jesus.
Oh, let me say this before I let you go. That video testimony at the beginning of worship on Easter Sunday was powerful, lady.
Yep.
Wow.
It was powerful.
Yeah.
And I was proud of you. Yeah. And then for you to be here and it was amazing.
Yep. I love him so much, and it is true. It's not some cliche. I love him because he did love me first.
I know that's right.
And that's why. I do want to add, because this is a very important point.
All right,
to this
be
whole
quick now. Be quick.
Yes. My son's challenge now is he cannot touch. So the money's going to be in his house. So now that generational thing he's got to break. His challenge, unlike what we did, he cannot touch that money.
Good.
Even if he needs it for himself, he cannot touch it. So that's going to be his challenge.
Good.
So thank you so much, guys. Just keep doing what you're doing. We're listening.
I understand. That Holy Ghost thing is going to be even better and better. You watch.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
866-743-8267, 826-74 Evans. Give us a call. What's
Paul
that?
George.
Paul George.
There you go. Yeah, Paul George.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy,
Yeah.
he'll be.
Yeah. He'll
Bring
help.
some experience.
Yeah. And along with MB.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That in the paint thing will change.
Yeah. Yep.
You got Tom from Fort Lauderdale. Tom, are you there?
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing,
man.
Pastor Nick?
Hey, Tom.
How are you?
Pretty good. Bishop, I think I heard you say something about Jill Scott Harry.
Yes. We went to school together.
Yeah.
Hey, people don't remember that, man. South Carolina to South Africa in the bottle.
We went to school together. We matriculated at Lincoln at the same time.
Wow, he has songs that hit the heart.
Funny thing, not funny for him at the time, but funny thing, we used to have these great talent shows of Lincoln talent every year. and and I mean, they were top flight talent shows, and we had people like Valeria Foster, which a lot of people don't know her name. I mean, she was singing like Mariah Carey and them before Mariah Carey and them were ever born.
Okay.
Had one of the many repertoire voices in school with us, just Brian Jackson, who played for Gil for a while. And anyway, so Gil, the first 2 years, I believe, I remember correctly, it's been a long time, he was in the talent show, and he didn't win.
Okay.
And his label told him, can't do that. No, he was the professional on the campus and couldn't win a talent show.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Mess with your rep.
Doc, he said, his label call said, no, Gil can't do that anymore. Just stay off that stage, man. That Lincoln stage was something, man. But then, the era was different.
Yeah.
Our homecomings, no exaggeration, Earth, Wind and Fire 1 year, Stevie Wonder another year, New Birth another year. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Those were the good old days.
Oh, man.
You could do that stuff, yeah.
We got to hear Hearts of Fire, Love, Desire. Man, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, I had a question for you.
Go ahead.
What do you think about this Monday with our ex-president?
Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, his
court case?
trial.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad to
Michael
see him.
Cohen-
I'm glad to see him going to court. No,
Chris,
nobody's supposed to be above the law. I'm glad to see him going to court.
Yeah.
And then his other guy went to jail.
Which one?
The treasurer went to
for
jail
5
this week for 5 months.
Yeah.
What has Trump promised him that he'll give 5 months of his life?
Yeah.
But he went to jail for perjury.
Okay.
So now there's no one to oppose his testimony.
Right, because he lies, yeah.
and Michael Cohen, the fixer, is screaming bloody murder. He's going to tell everything.
Well-
he actually said, I think yesterday, there's a lot more to come than you already know.
Well, and the other thing is this. I don't know if the treasurer, I don't know what the two of them have on one another, because he may be the only one that Trump has not disengaged himself from.
Okay.
But he knows the dad's business all the way through to the President Trump business. So if anybody knows where all the bodies are buried,
This
where
guy.
all the skeletons are, this guy does. But he's an older guy, and he's willing to go back to jail for
Yeah, it's the
5 or
second
6
time.
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
5 or 6 months, he's willing to go back to jail.
I wonder what kind of jail he's going to.
Well-
I'm sure he ain't going to Rikers.
Well, it may not be
Oh,
Rikers.
guaranteed.
It may not be Rikers, but and it may be,
No,
well,
he's actually going to Rikers.
is he going to Rikers?
Yeah.
They trying to get him to flip.
No, he is, yeah.
That Rikers is no joke, man. 2 minutes in Rikers is too much.
Right.
Yeah, if he's going to Rikers, that's no fun.
Rikers was supposedly worse than Graterford used to be. And when I went to Graterford to minister, I was like, how can anybody ever want to come back to this place?
Okay.
They had different wings, and depending on the wing you were in, that's how loud the screams were.
Okay.
I mean, the G wing or whatever it was, man, it sounded like a zoo, man.
Really?
Oh, it was
Even
amazing,
the show Scared Street came out of
man. I preached at some jails, and I don't know why anybody want to go there for more than a visit.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not talking about staying overnight. I'm talking about I'm going to see so and so half an hour. See you later.
Yeah.
That first lockdown I was in, no.
they had to lock it down.
Oh, brother. They tell you lay down on the ground because here comes the truck around the rim, and they shooting anything that's walking. Oh, God, no.
I'm good.
No.
I'm good.
No. I started, Lord, I'm not sure. I hear you telling me to come back here.
Right.
I'm not feeling the unction on this thing. Anyway, Tom, what's happening, man? What's Florida doing, man?
I'm going to leave you with this. Governor's quiet this week.
What?
Don't worry, he's going to come up with something soon. But I'll tell you what's down here in Florida starting. I noticed this past week, Rick Scott, the senator here.
Oh no.
He's starting on his campaign.
Oh, is he?
And he's headed right. He's already hitting Miami. Oh, that's something, Bishop. I forgot to bring this up. I'm trying to think what congressman down here just said this week. She's upset at the Democratic Party for letting Florida go because it could be one if people put the money down here and came in. This, because it's teetering, but it's going right for the last election.
Yeah, it has.
But if they just nobody's coming here. I'm telling you, I sit here and see ads and ads and ads for Republicans, and it seems like Democrats gave up on Florida.
I think it's a mistake, and I had the privilege of having this conversation with two well-known politicians, Democrats, Governor Corzine when he was governor of New Jersey, and Mrs. Clinton when she was running for president before she was, when she was campaigning. And I asked the question, I said, why are you guys not spending time in New Jersey? What's up with that? You call it a battleground state, but why aren't you spending time here? And they kind of just thought they were going to get New Jersey. And I said, how can you be so confident when a Republican governor now is working his second term? How can you say this? And no one had an answer for me because logically it didn't make any sense. So they kind of just gave it away or didn't think they needed it, but that's not true.
And during that time frame you're talking about, that's when Corzine, I think, lost to Christie.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I told him, I said, you guys got a problem out here, because no one would say anything at the meeting. We're all in Trenton at this meeting, bunch of preachers, and everybody's sitting there. Oh yeah, tell them what they want. I said, wait, and Corzine said, yes, Bishop. I said, they're not telling you the truth, man. And of course, that was me throwing his staff under the bus. Yeah. I wasn't trying to. I said, but they're not telling the truth. The reality is, you're not winning out here. And they just decided to ignore what I said. And then when I talked to him after the election, basically we had I tried to tell you conversation. Because they had him thinking he was winning. Yeah. But out here in the field, man, we knew there was a problem.
Yeah, for governor, yeah.
But that's how it goes, man. They get insulated.
Hey, Pastor Nick, take care, Bishop.
You too, man. Talk to you soon.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye. 866-743-8267. The world-famous Danny from Lauderhill, Florida is on line one once again. The sage wisdom of Danny from Florida, the ultimate wisdom, the ultimate insight of Daniel. We're going to be sharing with him in just a moment. Yeah. Before we go to Danny. So, Arizona Supreme Court rules the state must enforce their pre-Civil War abortion ban. This is a political question. Would somebody please tell me what the Republicans are thinking about?
You see they're flip-flopping on the abortion thing. They're kind of, you heard Trump. What's the lady from Hobbs or whatever her name is?
Yeah, all they're going to do is keep playing the commercials, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just this week he was talking about, I did it, and now let the states handle it.
Yep.
It's not going to work, man.
Yeah. And then her, whatever her name is.
Carrie Lake?
Yeah, Lake.
The Lake
was supportive of this. Then it's like, well, this is too harsh. Let's go,
Here's now this may sound, correct me please. If you're not in favor of abortion, which they said they were, but you're okay with it up to 6 weeks. So if my whole premise is life begins at conception, why is it suddenly okay at 6 weeks? If
that's how you,
it's important to you. Now, I'm just talking politically now.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So to get folk to vote for me, life at conception has been moved to 6 weeks.
It's black and white. Yeah. It's no longer black and white. they'll present black and white to one crowd and then be open. I don't really believe they believe what they're saying.
I think it's all political.
It
I
is.
don't, because here's my point. Do you just care about a baby in the womb and not care how the baby lives once it's born? It's contradictory.
It is.
It's an illegitimate point of view. So yeah, we need to protect life, but then we can gun it down in the street. No, something's wrong with that. So the conception life begins, but once the child is here, we're not nearly that concerned about it sustaining life. I think there's a problem.
Yeah, that's why I just call them pro-birth. And even with that, it's not. You're not pro-life.
You call them pro-birth.
You're pro-birth. That's what you really are. That's what you really are. Now, I was reading something, and I'm gonna verify it, but it was in a couple of articles that this Arizona bill, during the pre-Civil War time, midwives and a couple other people were doing the abortions, like with herbs and all that stuff like that.
Right.
The male doctors felt some type of way because all the business were going to the women.
So they outlawed it.
They outlawed abortion.
Money.
So the doctors could be the only one to perform anything, and completely annihilate it, all for power, money, which they don't really care about this stuff. Like you said, it's politics. It's power, money, influence.
Lord have mercy. That was the original NRA.
Yeah.
The New Reproductive Association.
Yeah, they just.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I still like I said, politics. I really believe some of them don't believe half the stuff they're saying. They're just saying it.
They're just saying it. And the bottom line is, the way they're going to form the new laws, they're going to change the name of the procedure, and people with money will be able to get it done.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
But how do you tell a woman who's been brutally raped, you got to carry this baby because I tell you to?
Yep.
And I'm pro-life all day long. But if I'm a woman, how you going to tell me what to do with what was planted inside of me and I don't want it?
Right. Yep.
And I know this sounds crazy. I'm pro-life all day long. But you don't have to believe what I believe.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Okay.
The problem is until it's their child. And then when it's their child,
it's different.
Then all of a sudden it's different.
Well, we've watched this happen in I'll use me because I don't want you to get this on you. In the context of my contemporaries who were anti-gay, anti-abortion, until one of their children came out gay, until one of their children got pregnant ahead of time. Then all of a sudden liberality stepped in. I don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah. Now the nuances.
Come on.
Yeah.
People have a lot to say about welfare till they need it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And that's what gets me is it shouldn't take something bad to happen to you, which often is the case, to get you to start being considerate of other people.
It lands on your porch, all of a sudden it's a real issue.
Yeah. But if it's everybody else's,
nah, you don't need that.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, Obamacare came out, and we had a guy call, and he was like just gunning down Obamacare, just gunning it down. And I bless God for this guy. A couple months later, he called back. He said, I had to call back. He said, I lost my job. We were in trouble. He said, the only way my wife got sick or he got sick or both. He said, the only way we made it was Obamacare. He said, when I called before, I was opposed to it. He said, but then I needed it. Yeah. And he said, literally saved my family.
Yeah. But
why does it have to happen to you
Yeah.
for you to see the need for other people?
Yep. Look, all those states, like, I'm against Obamacare, blah, blah, blah. Obamacare was the reason why we got urgent cares all over the place. And especially those places like, for us, we're fortunate to have 5-6 hospitals within like a 20-mile radius.
Yeah.
Down in them country, your hospital is 7 miles away.
7.
20.
Look.
You got urgent cares closer because of that.
We have a church in Arkansas. The ride to the hospital is 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In an ambulance. Now, they kind of put the pedal to the 30 minutes
but
in
it's
an
still
ambulance.
30 minutes to get to you.
30 to get to you, 30 to get you back.
But
if you get seriously wounded,
you in trouble. But Obamacare put all those urgent cares.
Yes, sir.
All around the place.
Yes, sir.
So at least you can get something.
So the difference is still real, because in Strong, Arkansas, last I talked to Loretta, the closest hospital is like a half an hour ride. The closest real medical center is 2 hours away. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. You're right.
Can't go out back and make a poultice for that.
Right, no.
You know, come on, man.
Where my grandparents live, I asked my aunt, I say, so if things catch on fire out here, the nearest fire department is all, like down there. She's like, well, you better get a hose. Because like, I'm like, because if something happened out here, it's going to take them a minute to get to you.
Volunteer fire brigade.
And you have to figure out something.
Better join it. Better have some cans of water out back waiting.
I was like,
shoot. My great grandmother had a bin, had a barrel this big with nothing but water. She collected rainwater all the time.
Yeah.
And used it for a variety of things. Back then you could.
You could, I forgot the outlaw.
Yeah, she used to wash her hair with it and different kind of things. Feed the chickens with, water the chickens, that kind of thing. But kept it. And the barrel stayed full because it rains every day in Florida. Yeah. But her hair was luxurious. But then, we put so much stuff in the air, man.
It's coming
I'd be scared. We used to go outside and drink the rainwater.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Back there and play, yeah.
Not now, you better not.
No, you got boiled it to the
give you a
nth degree.
tonsillectomy. That's what it'll do for you. Let's go talk to Danny. Hello, Danny. How are you this morning?
Bishop, good morning. How are you doing?
Man.
What's up? How's everyone today?
If we had your hand, we throw ours in, brother.
No, Bishop. I just wanted to go ahead and piggyback off a previous caller that was talking to you and how much you have helped the family, the entire family. And I mean, you started off with years ago telling men how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to perform and lead the family. Then the support of our wives and how our children are supposed to act. And I just have to thank you for that. And then about prayer, how to get a prayer through, and how to pray for yourself, for your family, not depending on someone else to go ahead and do that. And I thank you so much. And it has been proven time and time again, blessings and blessings, the windows have opened up, and the sacrifices that we have made during the Easter season and what have you, I can see daily things happening and things that are the family, my family in particular, which I can speak of, and how each and every family have been protected from danger seen and unseen. And I mean that. And it means so much when you have that happening. And then you can see the work of God and the things that he's doing. And I just want to encourage you all to keep up the good work, and it's really, really working.
I appreciate that, man. We appreciate that. We're just working hard, man, trying to do it right. And we're not always achieving what we want to achieve, but we sure do press, man.
Yeah.
What's that motto we say? We're always striving for excellence. So if we do trip, we only fall to very good.
Yep.
we won't fall. We won't start at good, and fall to poor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, got to reach for excellence, man.
But we see how you work together, and that means a whole lot. Because I mean, you don't have that in churches where someone will go ahead and share the pulpit and share knowledge and listen to the young people and what have you. But we have young and old, and I thank you for that. And it's you go back to things that were wrong, that we left out, like the prayer services, the first Sunday service, and things. Thank you for all that.
How did we lose all that? How did the modern church lose all of that?
Convenience.
Is
Trying
that
to
what
make
that
everything
is?
convenient.
Man, you can't do that, man.
God
has not changed. God has not changed.
Some churches on First Sunday, they actually have it where you literally, after they give the benediction, they rush people out to get communion so that the next crowd could get in.
I'm laughing because I know you tell the truth. And some people actually, some people, they don't actually have communion they give it to them as they leave. Literally, here, take it, and you go have it in your car, have it at the house, whatever. Come on, man.
We made everything less communal. individual, get what you want, go on.
Then we need to stop singing Water Fellowship.
I know.
Yes.
We need to stop singing that. Just take that song out the book.
I know.
And then
This thing is about assembling together.
Yep.
God has not changed. He still says, don't stop assembling yourself together. Don't stop coming to worship together.
Yep.
All this individuality, it works in a lot of things. But in the kingdom, it means something totally different.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is like, you have 168 hours in a week.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me you can't give God coming together 2 hours, 3 hours? You have 168 hours a week? I'm like, do the math.
Nope.
Like,
Nope.
You have 165 hours left over in a week.
You're making too much sense, Pastor Nick.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, you're not supposed to make sense. You're not.
Yeah.
That's. It's. But we want a full-time God. They don't want to even give him part-time worship.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know what we expect him to do. What more does he? What more does he have to do?
I know. Yeah. Mortgage, chicken. That's what I feel like. That's you
come
do
on,
the math.
Man.
Like,
come on, man.
All this.
Come on.
All he wants is this.
Come on. Don't get us started, Dan.
I know.
It's your fault, Dan.
I know.
But thank you all very much. You really getting the job done. Thank you again.
Thank you. How my sister doing?
Blessed and highly favored. Blessed and highly favored.
Tell her I said hello.
We'll do.
All right,
blessed.
Bye-bye.
All right.
So, OJ died.
Yeah.
I see people are reassessing, now that he's gone, they're reassessing his guilt. I saw a brief clip with D.L. Hughley, and he said he's ashamed of the fact as to why he supported OJ's innocence. But he had matured since that time. And, he now believed that he was guilty.
I believe he had something to do with it. I don't know if he was by himself, but he was in it some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Some people say it was a son, him did it. We don't know. We probably never know the true story.
I was a fan of OJ's when he was at USC, I believe. Track and football. One of the things that they don't talk about much, they talk about OJ's speed. They do not talk about Simpson's strength.
Yeah, he's strong.
He was an extraordinarily powerful individual. So when they said that whole, the way the supposed murder happened, I was not for a moment thinking that he could not take out two individuals, especially one of them was a woman. He was an incredibly strong individual, and all you had to do was watch a couple tapes, him in the college and in the pros, and see the kind of physical force he was with those guys weighing 50 more, 60 more, 70 more pounds than him, hitting him, and him just boom, boom, boom. So he was a very strong individual. And I'm not sure if, when I looked at him during the trial, I didn't think he was very balanced in his head.
Oh, no.
But also, I didn't find out until later on that the police had been to the house countless times.
Yep, for his abuse.
Domestic violence. I'm like, okay, you're shrugging off guys at 280, and you got a whoop on this woman?
Yeah. Yep. And then in the court case, they had him until they told him to put that glove on. And Johnny Cochran was smart. When he told OJ to stop taking his blood pressure medication so his fingers could swell up, which tells you that if he was on his blood pressure medication, that glove would have. But they told the black prosecutor, don't ask him to put the glove on. But he just had to do it, and that completely tanked their whole thing.
Well, the defense attorney's job is to do their absolute best to get you off.
Yep.
And Cochran did a masterful job. But a lot of defense attorneys, unless they have an ethic standard, do get guilty people off. That's their job.
Yeah.
Some people will say, well, no, you did that. I'm not taking that case. I can't take it. But some guys are like, all right, pay me, and we'll see if the law works out for you.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a complex. I remember I was in school when the guilty verdict, not guilty verdict.
Yeah.
I was in math class.
Okay.
7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
And one of the kids ran in. OJ's not guilty. All the black people, you know. It was a very polarizing time.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was polarizing.
Because I saw the signs and everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
it looks like if anyone else had blood on the carpet, blood in the car, anybody else would have been guilty. But he was OJ.
He was OJ, yeah.
The first African-American athlete have a major commercial for an international company. Was it Hertz or Avis? Avis.
Yeah.
He's running through airports.
Yep.
Yeah. Black athletes didn't have anything.
And he disowned us to be around them
until he got in trouble.
Until he got in trouble.
Then he started going to black church all of a sudden. But we're not gonna get into that. All right. So tomorrow we would love for you to join us. We're in a dynamic series called what is it called?
Was it
Something new. Ultimate You.
Ultimate You. Yeah.
Ultimate You.
I'm about to say Advanced
It's
You.
our series on the Holy Spirit. You don't want to miss it. A lot of teaching, a lot of new understanding, but all that so your faith can be built. Understand the relationship between you and God and how the Holy Spirit connects you. You just want to be there. So we want to see you tomorrow. We have 2 services, of course. Our 8 a.m. service is our virtual service. Our 11 a.m. service is our live service. You don't want to just watch us on TV because you can't get everything on your screen that you can get when you're here with us live. So inconvenience yourself. Come to church. Be with us tomorrow at 11. Learn about the ultimate you, your connection to God by way of the Holy Ghost. It's just an amazing time. We're not requiring vaccinations. You can come. Masks are optional. So if you want to wear your mask, you're fine. If you don't want to wear it, you're fine. Nobody's going to ask you why you still wearing that. You stay out of people's business. Right. We do what we do.
Yep.
All right. Bible study during the week, noontime. You got a great crowd, man.
Yeah.
Noon and 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. If you're interested in any kind of news updates from us, you can text BBC News to 28950. Inspirational messages, BBC Elevate to 28950. Of course, we love praying with you, as we always say. Mail your prayer requests to social@gotobethany.com. social@gotobethany.com. Subscribe to David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ on YouTube. Also subscribe to our DGEMS and On Pointe podcast platforms. For Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans. We want you to remember faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you. See you next time on Point.